Hi my fairies, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first ever sit down video.
Welcome to the Paisley Show where everyone can have a blast.
I'm very nervous to have my face online and just kind of film in general with my face. I'm a very insecure person, but I've always wanted to make videos like this. So we're gonna push through and hope that it goes well. I originally filmed this video back in February, but due to the file just not downloading onto my phone, I couldn't upload it, and I ended up losing a lot of inspiration and just in general from that. So I took a break, but now I'm back and I'm ready and I'm excited to talk about today's video. So let's just dive right into it. So for today, I'm going to be talking all about the long forgotten websites from my childhood and maybe yours as well. If you remember any of these websites, or maybe there's one I didn't touch on and you want to see, or just any of your own memories from these ones, please let me know down below. I love reading the comments and seeing how other people relate to what I'm bringing up because it's fun. I feel like for a lot of these websites, for most of these websites I think are pretty well known, but there's a few of them where I feel like, do people remember this one? Is this just a fever dream? So let's just get into it. Starting off with Bearville. Bearville was created back in October of 2007 with Firma Studio. The idea for this website was one that was very similar to Webkinz, where whatever bear you bought in store or online could be brought to life using the code that was on the birth certificate. What was so great about this website that was different from Webkinz was you didn't need a bear in order to actually play on the website. Like, you could create an avatar and play just like everyone else, minus quite a few things, but you could still go on without buying a physical Build-A-Bear. You didn't have to do that, whereas Webkinz, you did. So I could still play the game. I just obviously missed out on what you had if you had a bear, but I could still play just like everyone else. I really liked, and though I was missing out on quite a bit, I didn't feel it because I could still play with the other characters, I could trade with the other characters, I could buy clothes. You're probably thinking, okay, what perks did you have if you purchased a bear? So once you had Build-A-Bear and you went into the actual Build-A-Bear store on Bearville, you logged them in, they appeared in the world, they kind of popped out really cute, they'd walk down the runway and then jump into your backpack. You could go and get your condo. And once you get there, you could decorate the outside, you could decorate the inside with so many different options. Like, I'm talking so many different ways to design your home. Every single holiday, my house will look different. So for Christmas, it'll be neon red and green. For Halloween, it'll be black and orange. For Easter, it'll be pink, yellow, green. You could change the wallpaper, you could change the bedding, you could buy furniture, you could even change the outside, which was my personal favorite part, was putting out pumpkins and Christmas decorations and Easter decorations for different holidays. I love interior design. Like, even now, you can't see most of it, but I am a big fanatic when it comes to designing and decorating. I love it. Apart from your house, you could also go clothes shopping where you could buy yourself or your bear clothing. You could also trade with other players, which is something I really enjoyed to do. And I also found a way to kind of hack the system where if I needed more money, I just would make a new account and then trade with that account and take all of their money and then be rich. So that's why I was rolling in coins on Bearville. Now, this was a game I spent the most time on my whole childhood. Like, I was always on Bearville. It was my website. It was my favorite thing to play. There was so much to do. Like, the map, looking back at it now, it looks pretty small, but there was so much to do. So what are some of the things you can do? Well, if you were done shopping for yourself or your house, you could go to the zoo, or you could go on a safari and take pictures for money. For certain holidays, you can go on the train where it will take you to the North Pole, the Haunted Mansion, Easter Island, which is something I really enjoyed doing, and another thing that I really, really miss because I was always so excited to log in on December 1st and go to the North Pole and see Rudolph and Santa. You could go to the movie theater where you can watch movies. You could also go and watch interviews of the Build-A-Bear mascot. I believe her name was Jamie. Again, we'll put her somewhere on the screen. I don't remember her name. You could also pretend to do interviews. I remember doing that, and I'd fight with other players to get the interviewing seat. If you want to feel a bit more realistic, you could also go to the coffee shop where you could work. Yes, you could be a barista and you would earn real money, well, money in the game, just by working, and it's something I really enjoy doing, and I find it ironic because now I am a barista in a coffee shop, but I loved doing it as a kid. Mind you, it's extremely different and people are a lot nicer in Bearville, but In the same cafe, if you were to find the hidden picture frame and to click on it, it would take you up to the cafe rooftop where there were seatings, there was a bar, there was lights. It was so nice up there. I also believe there's a trampoline. I think there was a trampoline. I don't remember the name of it, but I'll find it and put it here. But there's a trampoline on that one. It was in the town square. I just don't remember which building you could click on. I think it was the shop where you would buy like things to drive around in, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but I'll put pictures. We're not done. There was also a swimming pool where you could be the lifeguard. Yes, people fought over the lifeguard seat. I was one of them. You could go to the gym where you could work out. You could go to the recycling center. You can go to the campsite where you can have a little fire. You can make s'mores. You can play a bunch of mini games there. You could play in the waterfall. In the summertime, they had a special event called the Summer Camp Heart Group, and the last time I joined that was the ice cream theme, and I was in mint chocolate chip team. So let me know if you were in that as well, what team you were in. I just remember that year because we had gotten the small fry Baskin Robbins collaboration. My little sisters got the cotton candy and then mint chocolate chip. Oh, side rant, there's also small fries, which are called something different now, but they were originally called small fries. You could also log those into Bearville, and they would kind of sit right beside your normal size bear. Your small fry would sit next to them. It was freaking adorable. Some of the last few things you can do, I know there's a lot. You could go to the beach where you could explore the abandoned shipwreck. You can go on the electric water skis. You could pick up shells. You could fish, I'm pretty sure. And then you could go to the amusement park where you can meet the Sanrio characters. So as you can see, there was so much to do, and I'm probably missing a bunch more. Like there's so much. There were so many hidden gems and hidden games that you really could never get bored on this website because there was so much to do. And you could tell that for a very long time, Build-A-Bear put a lot of love and effort into this website. Like there were so many collaborations with different idols and different, companies, and they were just constantly putting in so much love and effort into the website. That was until 2015 when the website shut down. It seemed like Build-A-Bear wanted to make an app, which is why they stopped funding the website, but obviously that app did not do well. I didn't even download it anymore in the App Store, and the reviews are quite sad. I think a lot of us agree that they just should not have done that. It's just really sad to see a website fall like Bearville. It was so loved and so taken care of up until the last few years, and I think if they were to bring it back, which I know they won't, but if they were, you can make a lot of money because there's a lot of people like me who miss Bearville. Now, this website that I'm going to touch on is so incredibly hard to find any info on. I can't find anything, pictures, creators, history, nothing. I can find nothing on it, but I know it was real because their YouTube and their Twitter is still intact and still online, and there were some screenshots that I found on Pinterest years ago that I still have from the actual website that shows me that, oh no, I didn't make this up. This was a real website. Just for some reason, it's completely erased off the face of Earth. Like I can find nothing about it. So if you remember this one, please let me know. Dream Mining. Now, in my best attempt to explain what this website is, it was a site that was based around this college called Dream Mining in New York. It was a college for theater kids, acting, singing, modeling, fashion. It was all of that. It was like an art school. And there was the main girl, which I don't remember her name, but again, I'll put clips. There were 3 girls. I don't remember their names, but again, I'll put them in here if I can find those YouTube videos. And they constantly talk about, oh, I go to Dream Mining, I'm here for acting, oh, I'm here for modeling, I'm here for fashion. And they would make videos about Dream Mining, the college, or they'd make videos about whatever was going on in the pop media at that time. So when I go onto the YouTube and I go back to the oldest videos, it shows you. It just really shows you how old this website was. Like just clicking on the YouTube, some of the videos they're talking about Justin Bieber and Selena breaking up again and then getting back together. Like it's very old. And it was obviously curated for like young teenage girls or tween girls. Because they talk about different movies, they talk about pop stars, celebrities, One Direction, dating rumors. There were quite a few games. There was like dress-up games, kind of basic games that you'd find on like Girl Go games, which I will touch up on that website one day. But there really wasn't much to do. The only thing that I liked about this website was the avatar and the blogging. So your avatar looked quite the same, all stood the same. There wasn't a lot of diversity when it came to skin color or hair type or hair color itself. It was not a diverse game. Like I really don't think this site had a lot of profit going into it. Like looking back, I can tell, yeah, this was not great for the time, but it was still fun. You could dress up your girl in different clothing. And like I said before, the only other thing you could do on this website was blogging. But that was the way you connect with other players, is you would write on your blog and then it would go in a big list of like updated blog entries of the day, and that's how I could connect with other players, how I'd make more friends, how I'd comment on theirs. That was the only way you connect with any other player, is by blogging, which again was really fun. And I remember like updating people on my day. I talk about my favorite movie or my clothing or like drama going on in my family. I wish I could go back and read some of these old entries because I know some of them were petty. I would love to just see what I was going through in 2008 to, I think 2013 is when I stopped playing Dream Mining. It was up for years, up until I would say 2017 is the last time I was ever able to log on, and they were glitching. The only blog entries there were is by the moderators of the new mascots of the website, and the blog entry would be like testing, and then keyboard smashes, and then now it's just gone. You cannot find this website. And again, like I said, I can find nothing on the website. So what happened? I really just want to know what happened. Who created it? Why did you create it? Why is it shut down? What's going on? I want to know what the girls who were in it, like, what did they think? Like, I legit thought this was a real college when I was a child. So if anyone remembers this website and you thought the same, please let me know, because I feel like I'm crazy. The last website we're going to be talking about, Disney Fairy Pixie. This was launched in 2008 after the first Tinkerbell movie, and you could play as a sparrow or a fairy. You could customize the fairy by dressing them up in different designs, changing their hair, and then later in the game you could make your own outfits with pieces that you collected all around the map. However, in later years, which the game was already not very diverse when it comes to hair choices, hair color, skin color, clothing, they took away the ability to diversify your character and like customize your character, which is probably the start of the downfall, because why would you take that away? Now, what could you do on this website exactly? Well, you could meet other fairies, you could play mini games, you could fly around the map collecting different pieces and items that you needed to make clothes or change your hair color, do hair dye. There was a bunch of mini games to play, including one called Talent Games, where you could level up your talent just by playing those games. There were also games like Petal Pickup, Tinker Toss, and Water Web, which is one I remember playing. There were different events over the years, just like many websites during the time, especially for different holidays. You know, the map would change. Now, this was something that was very popular for most websites in the early 2000s, where you could have a handheld device that you could plug into your computer to get more perks and kind of like VIP access. Now, for this website, it was called Clickable. With this, you got fairy-themed bracelets, you got more games you could play, you received butterflies, which was the currency, and you got exclusive clothing, house decor, and really cute accessories. Now, I wasn't a huge player of this website. I was on it, but not too much, so I never asked for a Clickable. Also, I don't think my parents would ever buy that, but I do remember seeing the ads on Disney Channel and thinking, dang, I wish I had that. Sadly, the website closed on August 20th in 2013, and from what I read online, it said they closed possibly due to Disney wanting to focus more on mobile apps, but I also saw that it could have been Disney spent way too much on Disney Infinity, which I don't even know what Disney Infinity really is, so that just says a lot. What happened to Disney Infinity? Now, there is a rewritten game of this website back online. I'll include it down below. Usually when I play on there now, it's pretty dead and there isn't much to do. Like, you can't customize or kind of do the same things you did back then, but it's still really fun to make a fairy and fly around, and if you're lucky, you can see other players. But I have not yet been able to meet anyone else on this website. For some reason, whenever I log in, it's just dead. But it's still really fun to see an old site that I once adored. So those are all the websites I'll be talking about today. There's so many more that I do want to talk about, and as always, if you have any more, please let me know down below. I do want to go way more in depth with just like one website and make a whole video on that rather than like 4. But you know, baby steps. This is all very new for me, and I'm pretty nervous to put myself out there, but I'm really excited. I love watching these videos, and I love making these videos and researching and kind of going back in my brain and remembering these moments. It feels very healing for my younger self, and I always like to see if other people remember these websites. So please let me know if you do. I know a lot of people know Webkinz, so I'm happy we can at least connect with that one. But let me know if you remember any other ones, and let me know any of your thoughts. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and for supporting. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Goodbye, good friends, goodbye. I hope you run to the ladybug because that's good luck.